Hold on to your seats, folks. Bev Turner has just unleashed a blistering attack on Labour's Rachel Reeves and Keir Starmer. Furious over Labour's latest budget plans, Turner has accused the party of betraying British farmers with a new tax that targets family farms and pushes carbon capture at the expense of rural livelihoods. In a scathing monologue, Turner says this so-called environmental policy is nothing more than a scam, claiming Reeves and Starmer are out of touch with the real concerns of Britain's agricultural backbone. You won't believe the passion behind her words. Let's take a look.
And the reality of the matter is this is going to raise less than £1 billion per year. At the same time, the Labour government are spending £28.5 billion on carbon capture over 5 years, £10 billion on clean energy, £11.6 billion on overseas climate aid.
It's a massive scam. It's a massive scam. To be clear, when you say these corporations are offsetting their carbon footprint, so you can run a factory polluting the environment or whatever it is that you're making, and if you buy up a few acres of farmland and stick some plastic solar panels on that farmland, you can sit back and say, I fulfilled my environmental and social governance, and look, I've got some solar panels there. What do you mean you need food? You're not allowed to have food. We're not going to allow farmers to buy food, to grow food for you to buy. We are doing our due diligence with our environmental obligations. It makes me sick, Kelly. How is the mood amongst the farming community? Are you defeated or are you fighting?
I think the first few days felt very defeated. It's the latest on the attack of farming. The key really is the mental health implications of this. It's another worry on already laden shoulders with
Bev Turner in a furious tirade against what she describes as an unforgivable assault on farmers, making it clear she sees Labour's new policies as a threat to Britain's agricultural heritage. Turner's rage was sparked by two central issues in Labour's new budget, a proposed inheritance tax on family farms and a major push toward carbon capture technology that, she argues, ignores the real struggles of rural Britain. This proposed tax has Turner seething. The controversial new policy would impose a 20% tax on farms valued over £1 million, a figure that might sound high but is all too common in today's land market. Turner tore into the plan, calling it a family farm tax that she claims will effectively put countless smaller farms in jeopardy. They say this is targeting wealthy estate buyers, but what they're really doing is going after generations of family farmers who've worked the land for years. It's a scam, and it makes me sick, she said, her frustration evident. The stakes are high for rural Britain, with the National Farmers Union, NFU, warning that 2/3 of family farms could be affected by this tax hike. Farmers, often burdened by slim profit margins and a growing list of regulations, are now also facing what Turner describes as the biggest squeeze on agriculture in recent history. The NFU has issued a stark warning, predicting that the tax change could lead to even higher suicide rates among farmers, a staggering claim that underlines the immense pressure on the farming community. According to Tom Bradshaw, president of the NFU, the impact of this tax will extend far beyond individual families. Bradshaw noted, if 2/3 of farms fall under this tax, what we're really looking at is the potential end of family-run farms in Britain as we know it. This sentiment is echoed by none other than business magnate Sir James Dyson, who called Labour's plan the death of entrepreneurship. In a separate message, billionaire Elon Musk added fuel to the fire, urging Labour to leave farmers alone before Britain faces what he calls a rural collapse. Meanwhile, Turner's frustrations over Labour's budget didn't stop with the farm tax. She unleashed another wave of fury on the party's allocation of funds toward carbon capture initiatives. They're spending millions on this technology, while our farmers, the people feeding this country, are struggling to keep their heads above water, she said. In Turner's eyes, Labour's approach to environmental policies is skewed, out of touch, and devastatingly myopic. It's nothing but a massive scam, this carbon capture craze, she asserted. They're pretending to care about the environment, but who's footing the bill? Farmers, families who've run these farms for generations, people who are doing everything they can to reduce emissions already. In response to these budget changes, there's been an outpouring of support from the British public for the farming community. A petition demanding the reversal of the farm tax has quickly garnered over 125,000 signatures within just 48 hours, showcasing the depth of public anger. The petition itself, which has gained traction on social media, is being widely shared under the hashtag #JustSaveOurFarms. Turner encouraged viewers to sign, adding, "If you care about Britain's food security, if you care about our rural communities, sign this petition. We cannot let Labour get away with this." But Labour isn't backing down. Chancellor Rachel Reeves defended the policy, describing it as fair and balanced. She insists that the tax targets only the wealthiest estates, claiming it won't significantly impact the broader farming community. This response, however, has been met with widespread scepticism. Bradshaw, Dyson and Turner alike dispute Labour's claim that the tax will only affect a handful of wealthy families. According to NFU figures, a full 2/3 of family farms could be hit by this policy, a figure that Labour has yet to challenge directly. Adding fuel to the fire, Labour's budget also introduced another stealthy blow to savers, freezing the £20,000 annual ISA limit until 2030. What this means is a reduction in real value over time, since inflation is eroding the purchasing power of this cap. Critics call it a stealth tax on savers, arguing that this freeze will disproportionately hurt middle-income households trying to protect their savings from inflation. Personal finance experts warn that this freeze could mean hundreds of millions in extra tax revenue for the Treasury, while putting an even greater squeeze on household budgets. Jason Hollands, a financial expert at Evelyn Partners, weighed in on the situation, noting, "This ISA freeze is just like the frozen income tax thresholds. It's a stealthy way of drawing more people into higher tax brackets without actually increasing rates." In other words, savers are facing what experts call a de facto reduction in their tax-efficient savings, as the real value of the ISA cap continues to decline with inflation, and as wages rise, more people could be pushed into higher tax brackets, effectively reducing their personal savings allowance. Meanwhile, Turner urged her viewers to take a stand and demand change. As she sees it, Labour's focus on taxing savers and farmers alike is a strategy that betrays the very people who make Britain strong. "They're coming for our farms, our food, our savings," she declared. "At this rate, what will we have left? This is nothing short of a betrayal of British values, and we have to fight back." The NFU, led by Bradshaw, has organised a major demonstration to be held on November 19th in Westminster, where 600 farmers are expected to show up in force to protest Labour's policies. For Turner, this rally represents more than a protest. It's a turning point, a rallying cry for those who believe in protecting Britain's heritage. "If they think they can silence the farming community, they're dead wrong," she said, her tone resolute. If you're as fired up as Bev Turner, hit that subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up to show your support for Britain's farmers. With policies like these, we need every voice. So stay tuned, because this fight is far from over. We'll be here, bringing you every scandalous update and unfiltered reaction.